What is up, everyone? Hello. Welcome to the third episode of the Loadout. I am one of your hosts, Katie Bedford, joined by Study as always. And we have, of course, our special guest, Shemi Ojeleye of the Boston Celtics. Shemi, thank you so much for joining us.
Was good. I appreciate y'all having me for real.
Yeah, of course. Super excited to have you on. Now, guys, just as a reminder, as always, we want to say thank you to Draft Buff for sponsoring the Loadout. Draft Buff is a free and social fantasy esports app hosting season-long fantasy leagues for Call of Duty League and other esports. Jay and I do drafts for all of the CDL events, so next week for CDL Seattle, we will be doing a draft for that one as well. They also have a salary-style tournament open to everyone, so do please come join us. It is a ton of fun. DraftBuff.com, link is in the description. DraftBuff, your home for esports fantasy. And I just want to start things out, Jay, by asking you to tell chat who won the CDL Florida draft between the two of us.
I didn't think we were gonna start off with this, but yeah, I ended up losing. Katie had the scooter, Mr. Chino coming in, going to the grand finals, costing me the chip.
I'm the worst winner. I'm the sorest of winners.
You got you on blast already, huh?
Yeah,
always,
bro. As soon as we start, unbelievable.
That's tough.
All right, Shemi. So to anyone who may be unfamiliar, I would love for you to just tell folks like a little bit about yourself. Obviously what you do if they don't follow, and kind of a little bit of how you're involved with Call of Duty.
Forward for the Boston Celtics, my third year with them. That's been a dream come true. I ain't gonna lie. Playing in Boston's been great, and unfortunately the season's been on halt, and we've just been trying to find ways to fill the time really. And before the season got canceled, I was gaming a little bit. I started streaming, but literally they told us like for 2 weeks we couldn't even step foot outside. So I was really just back on the game wave, and Call of Duty gaming in general has just been a way to connect with my boys back home. They all sit at home bored too. So COD's just been something I'm passionate about as well as gaming, because you get to connect with all different types of people, like young, old. It don't really matter when you on the sticks, like you just there gaming and everybody trying to have a good time.
Yeah, so what's it been like for you during quarantine? Because you mentioned it, there was at least a 2-week period where you couldn't even go out, and so you started streaming a little bit more. But like obviously for folks like Jay and I, we're like, cool, video games are what we do, so not a ton has changed. But your whole world has shifted in the last couple months.
Oh, for sure. Like I'll probably say like the biggest adjustment was not like thinking about basketball 24/7. Like during the season is getting in the gym, getting more shots up, getting on next plane ride, like when's the next game, next practice, next workout. And all of a sudden that was kind of on the back burner. The longer we've been in quarantine, the more we started to realize like, hey, like we might not be back for a while. So I think everybody's just shifted gears into, discovering and kind of locking into their different passions. And for me, like gaming has just grown for me, just, getting on Twitch more, interacting with the chat more, and just having different ways of connecting with people other than being on the court.
So like with this times that we're going through right now, how are you staying active? Like you putting up shots? Like I saw that Jimmy Butler bought hoops for all his teammates. Like you got a court and all that?
Nah, y'all see why my lighting's so bad. I live in an apartment. So I'm struggling on that front. For real, like literally the week they told us to stay home, I was like, yo, y'all gotta give me something. So they brought over like 2 kettlebells for me, some bands, and like a bike, and like that's been like the main source of working out. Once we go outside, like there's some steps on my apartment that I've been running up and down. That's really been it. At one point I was dribbling in my living room. I got noise complaints, so just try to get it how you can, man.
I feel like if I give a noise complaint and then someone was like, look, I play for the Boston Celtics and I need to do this, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please continue.
I wasn't trying to big boy him like that. I mean, I feel it was during the afternoons. I thought it was cool. It's like, like 15, 20 minutes, but nah, they called the feds on me, so it's over now.
Damn, dude. Wait, can you even do a noise complaint for something like a basketball in the middle of the day? That seems suspicious to me.
I don't know. It was literally like 3 in the afternoon, so I don't.
I'm gonna start tweeting people for you. I'm be like, this doesn't make
I
sense.
appreciate it.
That's so
my God.
interesting, though. I mean, yeah, to Jay's point, like, your shift must be far more drastic than ours, but how has it been for you streaming? I mean, connecting with a community on a totally different level. I mean, this has provided like an opportunity for you to kind of experience that whole different world.
Right. To be honest, like I was telling one of my mods the other day, I'm like, yo, I got so much more respect for streamers. Like the amount of time they put into that is incredible. I'm like, shoot, 3-4 hours. I'm like, I'm done. I'm looking at other guys, guys, girls on there like 8 hours, 10 hours, 24-hour streams. I'm like, no way I could be doing that on the daily. That's a grind. So really it just helped me understand like a small bit of what it takes to really blow up on that stage. And at the same time, I wouldn't have ever really gotten into streaming as much as I have over the last 2 months if I hadn't had this break.
This year, man, I've been streaming a shit ton. I wake up every day at like 9 a.m. and I don't get off until like sometimes 7, 8 o'clock. So like it's almost like 12-hour
God,
days that I'm pushing for. But like it's all a grind when you want to become a streamer. You know, you got to build your
right,
community up and make sure like you want your community to be built the way that you want it to be built. Like
right,
don't let
right.
nobody come in and try to be toxic, try to change it. But
That's
like that's what I'm
right,
saying. Like it's all a grind,
right,
bro. And like you appreciate it every day when you see it grow. It doesn't even
right,
have to take like big leaps. Like if you just go
right,
from like 10 views to 20 views, like
right.
that's a drastic jump. Like for certain people. So like it's all about just grinding that shit out, man. If you continue to
Yeah.
do that, building your own community, man, that's how you become a great streamer.
For sure. I didn't realize that either. Like it take time. Like you
Yeah.
gotta be committed to it. Cause I mean, people, boy, they'll jump out your community so quick. They see you're not really streaming that much. I mean, there's a lot of content out there, like a lot of great streamers that already have
Yeah.
their community established. So if you're not, putting out content like that, people are gonna leave.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's like almost you have to treat it almost like kind of that daytime TV show, right? Like or whatever
Right.
time. It's like people associate, oh, Jay is always on at 9 a.m. on these days, or oh, Shemi is always on these days, or Katie's always on these days, and they just know like, oh, it's 1 p.m. Katie should be on now.
Right.
So yeah, but
Right.
it's a grind. I mean, it's a grind in a different way, and it took me at least a while to not
Yeah.
be so fatigued when
Right.
I was streaming.
Right.
Like you said, you'd hit 3 or 4 hours, and I'd be like, I could take a nap, you know. But I do
love
I
that.
do want to ask on the topic of the streaming. So
Yeah.
I saw that you have won some. I'm not sure if they were all charity, but some Call of Duty charity tournaments. Like you won the Slam Call of Duty tournament with Myers Leonard.
Yeah. We played some headquarters, some search. So that was fun. Honestly, Call of Duty is probably the game I play the most right now. It's a grind. Like you get competitive in there, and I like that. I think that's probably the aspect I like the most is like since basketball's been gone, that's a way to just really get it in and go at people. And you know how toxic it gets in Call of Duty, so we definitely like that. We
You
definitely
should have
like that.
you should have seen like over this past week, I was playing in like a charity event for Ballers Life.
Yeah.
And like the opposite team was like in the lab game or something like that. And we were playing. It was like Grayson Allen on the other team, and then on my team I had Jalen Brunson. But like they had me on the roster, and like yo, it did not end well. I ended up destroying the whole team. Like
Oh
we played
God.
like a best of 5, and I basically
Oh.
destroyed them single-handedly by myself. They made like a whole compilation video and everything like that. They were like, "What does he have to
Oh.
do with Baller's life? Does he have a hoop mixtape out?" I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know. I'm about to make one and call duty on y'all, cause like, yo, I'm pretty sure I got banned for that too. I'm pretty sure I'm banned from that one.
No
Okay, you like it. You like
way.
it. No,
Yeah.
that's good. That's what it's about right there.
Nah, because like I can understand if like we was on a basketball court, y'all be
Right.
dunking on me, you know, showing
Right.
what y'all do. But like
Right.
when we on the sticks, this is what I do. So
No,
like
that's
I'm not
not
gonna take it easy on nobody.
Nah, you can't. You can't. No, I respect that for real. I was playing with Silly the other day. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, Professor.
bro, what he was doing, we was playing Warzone, like he was killing people before I even saw him. I'm like, bruh.
Dude,
what's
I play
going
with
on?
Justin all the time too, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I
Bruh.
only have 3 kills and you have 30, and I just can't
Right,
kill
right.
anyone before you've already killed them.
Yeah. I'm like, you already destroyed them down to finish them. I'm like, bro, what you want me to do? It's crazy. Nah, it's a
I
different
almost
level,
got.
man.
You play a lot of Warzone?
Nah, I play like we play a lot of headquarters, like anything in pubs, really, like Dom, Search, Cyber, playing Demolition. Like we go to Shipment and play 24/7, like anything. But Warzone, like the sad thing about it is One, I like to play like open lobbies with the viewers, so like
Okay.
Yeah.
I only get like 3 or 4 people in there. And like if I already got one of my boys in there, it's like 2 people from the chat.
Yeah.
And like it'd be 25 minutes, we end up getting the last circle and then getting smoked back to the lobby. I'm like, oh no. Nah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we play a lot
I'm
of
about to,
pubs, man.
I'm about to hit like 300 wins in Warzone.
Damn,
God,
dude.
Yeah, the other day I just caught my new high, 34.
See,
You
Study
know?
gets rid of me, doesn't play with me
Yeah,
anymore, and
nah,
now he's got a million wins because I was the
Yeah,
problem,
I've been
clearly.
grinding that thing, man. I've been grinding.
yeah, nah, you real deal in there. What you running there?
I usually run an M4 and then an HDR because I've always been one of the best Call of Duty snipers. Like even when I was competing, I
Right.
was just one of the best of all time. So like the sniper in my hands is like a deadly weapon. It would be out there like, oh my God, is that Jason Bourne? Jeremy Stud. That's Jeremy Stud.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
respect it.
man.
I respect it. I was hurt when they nerfed those snake shots. I was hurt.
Oh, why was you
Oh,
hurt,
the
man?
Akimbos!
that
The
guy. What?
Akimbos!
I was running around with them joints all
That's
the
No!
time.
terrible, man. I
Oh
hate it
my
running into
God,
people
what?
like you.
Yo,
I just
I'm
got
not
like,
much
wow.
better though, because I run a growl and an RPG, and I'm the person who just like smokes you with the RPG. I'm a monster, I know, but at least I admit that I'm a monster, okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I told y'all straight up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a C4 guy too. So hey.
Oh yeah, I rock the C4s. If you jump in the car, you trying to run me over, it's over for you, dog.
So I
No
think
doubt.
Shemi, you also played in the Players Network Hammer Classic.
Yeah.
So
That
I'm
was,
trying to remember, was that the final event they did on Friday?
I can't remember what day it was. I think so. I think that was the last event.
Okay, because I hosted that and I saw that and I was like, wait, he
Yeah.
was
I
in
won
it?
that. I won it. I won it.
Bro.
I won it.
Oh my God, bro. We couldn't get nothing going. Like Silly was carrying. First game, man has like, I want to say like at least 15 kills, bro. We get like 27 points, like a I want to say like a 5th place finish. Doesn't count because everybody's like still trying to get in the queue. And then we end up getting smoked. So
Oh, I knew there was some issues that day. But do you enjoy doing those tournaments? You said that Call of Duty can be kind of like a competitive outlet for you.
Yeah. I like it a lot. Like the grind, like the competition is the biggest thing. Like I don't know, I don't really get that feeling from no other games. Also, like I don't know, I tried like getting good at Fortnite. I could not do it, bro. Like,
I don't want to build anything. I do not want to build anything. I just want to
that
shoot
game's
people.
horrible.
no, like I don't. And then they changed. Like once Chapter 2 dropped, they changed the whole game, and like I don't know, like it's just not the same for me no more. I can't do it.
I only played that game for like 3 weeks and then it was chalked up for me. That
It was
game
over.
horrible. Yeah. Too much building. I felt like I was playing a cartoon.
Bro.
I'd rather just, shoot my reality people in Call of Duty.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Like a
exactly.
sick dog.
Nah, I'm with
Okay,
you on
so then you played with Myers, you played with a few other folks. Do you have a best player in the NBA, a best COD player in the NBA, or is it you?
I ain't gonna lie. Myers is tough. I never seen D Book play, but people come in my chat talking about he's tough too. I never seen him play. I heard De'Aaron Fox is good too, but I don't know. Like I play with Myers, he's pretty tough. I will say. I don't know. I probably chalk it up to him. I don't really know. Like we played. Who was in there? Josh Hart was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I ain't gonna lie. Josh was getting smoked.
I heard he was terrible.
Who else was in there? Somebody else was getting smoked too. Oh, Mara Hazonia, he's pretty nice too. He's on their team, but they took an L though. So
You ever play games with your teammate, Gordon Hayward?
oh yeah, like Daniel Tice plays COD, Vincent
Okay.
Poirier, Grant Williams. Like most of us play a little bit, but I need to get them to start streaming for real.
Yeah, you should do some.
I know.
I mean,
I
if you
need to
guys
have
can get
5
partner
Boston
status.
Celtics, a whole start lineup streaming.
Right.
Yo, what a squad! Could you imagine though if they were able to squad stream
my
that,
God.
Jay?
Right? Yeah, that'd be
Oh
crazy.
my Lord.
Boston
Nah,
Celtics play Call of Duty.
they love that.
You gotta make
We
that
need to
happen.
get
That'd be
going, for
amazing.
real.
Yo, so the NBA commissioner, I was watching it yesterday, said 2 to 4
Yeah.
weeks possibilities of like the NBA coming back. Is that like, is it gonna be different to you? Like, if it just jumps right back in the middle of the season and like the whole thing about no fans and stuff like that?
Right.
Like, how do you think this is gonna like affect like probably people's game? Because I know people thrive off of like
Right,
energy in the
right.
crowd. So like, how you
I
think it's gonna
mean,
change?
I don't know. I mean, I think guys say that, but at the end of the day, like even if it's pickup in the middle of the summer, it's a hot gym. Like, dude, still like you still trying to scratch each other's eyes out. So like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
for
I
sure.
think it's still gonna be what it is. It'll definitely be different though, because the fans are a major part of it, but guys are not gonna, lay back or have trouble getting up for a game because there's no fans. I think just the opportunity to get to hoop again, like, is gonna be enough.
So then, is there any are there any concerns? I guess when you've been off the court for a certain amount of time. Jay, same with you. Like if you haven't been in a tournament in a while, or maybe you haven't practiced in a while,
Right.
like how much of
Right.
a difference do you expect in like performance potentially, or how you
Right.
play if obviously you're stuck in your apartment and you're doing what you can, but you can't actually
Right.
be on a court.
Right. I mean, it's definitely tough. I think the thing you have to realize, like, you've been hooping for a long time. Like some of these guys, veterans, like they've been, what I'm saying, they've been in the league, 10, 15 years. So I think it's just like riding a bike. You kind of just trust the work that you put in before. And even when we get back, like, we'll have a little bit of time to sharpen up. So I think we'll have to make do with any opportunity we get. At this point, we can't really, think about the handicap of having
Right.
time off. Like, this is what you do for a living, so you got to make it work.
Jay, did you ever experience anything like that with COD, where it might be like between tournaments, or maybe you weren't scrimming as much or anything, and you felt like it was kind of
Oh
like a
yeah.
little rust, if you will?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
definitely. So like basically after the Call of Duty year ends, it's like usually like July, probably late August, and a new Call of Duty usually comes out November or October. So then like that time is usually the off break. But if you're not like playing Call of Duty, obviously you're gonna be feeling some rust. So eventually you just gonna have to put yourself back into that time, especially when new Call of Duties come out. Like that's why people take such a big gap break from like the old Call of Duty to when the new one drops. Because like once the new one drops, everybody's gonna be playing it, and you're gonna be playing it for like countless amount of hours, just trying to be the best you can be. So like just taking a break for sure. I'm getting turned on a couple times and stuff like that too. But like when I'm sharpening up is when I'm coming out and I'm hitting sniper shots. Dank dank, headshot, boom, get them down. So, like overall, you definitely just need to be on point. Like
Uh,
whatever you do, it's just like constant, just repetition and just staying consistent with it to make sure you're gonna be the best you can possibly be.
no doubt.
So then we ask every guest this who's not someone who is kind of directly involved in the community. Do you have a favorite Call of Duty from the franchise?
To be honest, like, I skipped all of Black Ops. Like all Black Ops, I
Yeah.
was playing Battlefield. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Terrible.
Big Battlefield guy. I mean, I know, right? I know, I hear that. So my favorite probably M.2.
Okay,
Oh,
that's a good
classic. That's fine.
answer.
That's perfect.
There
No,
we
no,
go.
and then, like, I don't know. Once Black Ops hit, I was just like, nah, I'm off this. I'm playing Battlefield, and then like I finally came back. So
You was into
yeah,
the zombies? You didn't like those zombies?
big time, bruh. That was fire. That was all I put. I ain't playing no multiplayer. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I just wasn't down for it.
I
I
mean
was getting
that
tired.
happens though. Like some titles in the franchise, people are just kind of about.
Yeah.
Right. We all come back to it though eventually. Like Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Like ain't nothing like it, to be honest.
Yeah. So you saw Modern Warfare drop, and you were like, this game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm
This
like,
is
I
the
gotta,
game.
I gotta try it again, and then like, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple weeks of Call of Duty, like, bro, my KD was like 0.2. I was getting destroyed. I was like, nah, this might not be for me. But my boy, like, he's a savage on this. I was like, bro, I gotta be able to play with this man, so I gotta get right. And I start camping corners, like slowly turn my sensitivity up. So I had to figure it out, man.
I mean, slow but steady gets you there. Jay's kind of like
Yeah.
camping corners. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wait, so do you have like a scuff controller and all that? Like all the proper
Yeah,
gear that
yeah.
you're supposed to be suited up with?
Bro, I just started using paddles last week after I played with
Oh,
Philly.
last
It's
No,
like a
for
whole
real,
new world,
yeah.
right?
What? Oh my lord! Silly was like, yeah, it's a must. It's a must. I'm like, we gonna see. Like being able to strafe is like
just
big time.
never taking your thumbs off the
Off
sticks.
the
Like
bro,
that's the
off the
biggest thing.
bruh. I used to wonder because you can tell when someone's using a scuff. Like you can tell like when they
Yeah.
jumping, strafing, and just cracking you. I'm like, Lord God! But once you can do it too, bro, it changes the whole game for real.
So are you going to be involved, you think, in any more tournaments coming up? Any more charity stuff involved with Call of Duty? Do you know that you guys might be doing to try and I know there's been a bunch of charities obviously helping stuff out for COVID-19. I think
Yeah.
Alex Bregman was doing with the Houston Astros was doing a big 24-hour stream yesterday
Right.
to raise
Right.
money for the Houston Food Bank. So I wonder, do you guys have any? Did the Celtics have any plans you know of, or any interest you guys have in doing something?
I don't know. I mean, we should. Right now we're doing one with Becker College tonight, but
Mhm.
they chose Fortnite and Madden. So I mean, I'm with that. Any way we can help, like this is a big way to get content, to get awareness out there, get people to try to come together and help out with this COVID-19. So I was like, whatever game y'all want me to play, I'll play it. So we're playing Fortnite tonight. But definitely when Call of Duty pops up again, I'm definitely gonna be with it. I think Matt Barnes is having an event. I'm not sure if he's had it already or if he's just setting it up, but I think he was doing a Call of Duty event as well. So I'm trying to get involved wherever I can.
Yeah, nah, if you get in there, man, just hit my line if you need a teammate, you know?
Nah,
I'll be there to help you.
if I need a carry, that's what you mean. That's what.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Hell
don't worry
yeah,
about it. If you want
dude.
to just sit back, kick your feet up, you know, enjoy a W, you know, just
Right.
hit my line.
Right. Hey, I'll try to call him out if you don't kill him first. For real.
Wait, so I wonder then, because you said you don't really love Warzone because obviously you can't involve that many of your viewers. So do you play a ton of gunfight or no?
Oh my God, I love gunfight. Gunfight is tough. Like, I don't know, sometimes they change it up too much. Like they'll put the blueprints in there, they'll go throwing out only 3v3, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They like at the end of the day, I just like the pressure of like a 1v2 or a one health trying to cap the flag, something like that. Anything that's tight like that, like search, I'm with it.
Yeah, poor Jay. We used to do search wagers, and poor Jay, the trauma you had to go through trying to teach
Wait.
me how to play search and destroy. To be fair,
You
I
gotta
I still
understand how
suck.
frustrating that is.
I'm still ass, but I am significantly better than I was when we started.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But you gotta understand. Yeah, when you're playing with me, like, I'm expecting people to, like, you know, do certain things and play a certain way because I played at such a high level. So, like, if you're not trying to match that level, or at
And
least
I'm just
learn,
like, fuck it,
or
we're
at
going
least
in. And he's
show
like,
me you're
no.
attempting, like, it's so frustrating. Like, I play with people on a daily basis who I've been probably playing with for, like, 5-6 years now. And still ain't got no better. Like, it don't even make no sense to me. Like, how you get on every day, you play with me, and you don't get no better. Like, it just don't make no
Bruh.
sense.
I don't know.
So
I mean, I
patience
feel like
is low.
if they just watch like your routes and all that, like they got to pick it up at some point.
I mean, I asked this.
That's what
I
you're
would
saying,
literally,
too.
Shemi, I would literally ask Jay a million questions, like the dumbest questions ever. Be like, when should I rush plant versus when should I not rush plant? And I could tell he's just like, here we go. All right.
That's how you get right there.
I started telling Katie to run the smoke grenade.
Well, hey man, give me the basic job and I will do that to the best of my ability. You know, I'm not like, he pulls out the sniper and I'm like, you do you. I'm gonna try and not cause problems.
Hey,
is
somebody
my
got
goal.
lead, somebody got follow. So hey, everybody got to do their job, I guess.
That's so funny. So, okay, so then you do like a gunfight, all right. So then
Yeah.
are you more of like a SMG up in their face? Are you an
Oh,
AR? Do you
definitely.
like to snipe?
Yeah. Nah, definitely SMG. Like that was the first thing I did. I got the SMG's platinum. I just love.
You got a
running up on
platinum,
people.
okay.
Wait,
Just
but you just
spraying
told
them
me you
down,
like
bro.
camping in corners. You just say you like camping in corners.
No,
You
bro.
like
When I first started, like it was my first Call of Duty experience. I'm like, bro, my reactions are slow. I'm hiding. I'm like crouching around the map.
He
with
was warming
7.5.
up. He was warming up.
Oh my
Jay.
God, like that was me big time. And then like once I figured it out, man, like I was like SMG all the way, no
All right,
question.
for sure. Running, gunning. That's exactly how you're supposed to be playing.
Got
I
to,
like plays
got to.
like that.
I don't know. It stresses me out. I like to stay in the back. I'm like, don't come near me. Please. Thank you.
Oh man.
Wait, so what are you rocking at? MP5, MP7? What do you prefer?
I'm looking at P90 to be honest. I don't like obviously like the MP5 shreds, no question about it, and like the MP7. I don't know if you get close enough, it destroys. But like the P90 is kind of like that sweet spot for me. Like you can take a long range gunfight a little bit, and you got the mobility. So I don't know, it's just the one for me.
Okay. Well, yeah, the one. Well, for most pro players, everybody uses the MP5. At
Oh yeah,
least
no,
you're,
I
like,
know
competitive
why.
game.
No question.
Nah,
Like,
yeah,
it's,
because it's
it's
like you put
disgusting.
the 30mm bullets on there and it
Oh,
just
it's
melts
over.
people.
It's
Then, like,
over.
usually for Warzone, everybody likes to run an MP7 because it got like the
Right.
60-round
That
mags.
mag,
You
right,
can just
right.
shoot so much, like, and just keep that constant ammo in your thing. Wait, so how is it like playing with Kimber Walker? Because I'm born and raised in the
Right.
same spot that he was raised, and I know you
Right.
guys went from Kyrie to Kimba.
Right.
But like ever since I remember in the beginning, people just doubting you guys, saying like you guys weren't gonna be that good. Then you guys came out and went on a couple win streaks, 9-10. back to back. Jason Tatum playing at an all-star level.
Crazy,
Like,
crazy.
how is it playing with your team right now? Because everybody, you guys are just so good at such a young core as well. Like, how is it feeling, especially if the season does resume and you got to go
Right.
into playoffs? Like, are you guys ready for that?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I back this team so much, not because of like obviously we got talent, you know what I'm saying? On
Yeah,
paper, like we got big time guys, all stars, but like it's just that everybody want to win. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have that mentality across the board, that's what gets you the W's. Because I mean, everybody gonna have to sacrifice, everybody gonna have to do stuff that they're not used to doing and make plays that might be out of their comfort zone. But like we got guys that just want to win. That's all they care about. Obviously, like you said, JT playing at a high level, like his mentality this year, like he knows nobody can stop him, and that's what he thinks every day, and that's why he's playing at that level. With Kemba, like I've never seen a guy at that high of a level that's always so positive. Like the man always smiling, like, and that's what you need from your point guard. Because I mean, there's gonna be ups and downs, but when you have someone that's so steady like that, it's incredible. I mean, obviously, like Kyrie was a great player. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a tough year just because of all the pressure that was on us. I mean, he
sure.
obviously they expected him to carry us to the promised land, and it's just not that easy. But I mean, I think Kemba, understands that pressure, and he's trying his best to stay positive, no matter what happens, and he's done a good job of that.
So same to you then. How do you deal with that pressure? Because obviously, whether
Right,
it's Call of Duty esports or traditional sports or whatever, like
right,
there's a tremendous amount of pressure on you. So
right.
how do you manage that and overcome it?
Right. For me, like, I mean, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. So like that's my identity right there. Obviously like wins and losses are big and like I mean
Mm-hmm.
when you lose, like sometimes it's tough to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like you always want to get that dub. But at the end of the day, like I remember that like what I do on the court don't define me as a person. It's how I treat people, how I impact people. And like right now it's really showing me that. Like I can still impact people over Twitch, like interacting with them on there.
Oh yeah.
Like I ain't even put my jersey on in months. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like what we do in our respective realms, like isn't as important as the people that we impact.
I like that. That was such a wholesome answer. All right,
I mean,
so
that's what
once
I believe.
NBA gets kicked, okay, once everything's back to normal, you guys are back on your grind. What can we
Right.
expect from you in the realm of Twitch? Are you going to try and keep that up? Does it kind of just completely go on hold, or how's that going to work? What do you want to do?
No, no, I definitely want to keep it up. Like honestly, I didn't understand any of it when I first started. Like
It's a
I didn't
lot.
know what like OBS. I was in there. I was like, bro, I don't know what this is. They talking about
Audio and
like,
video and everything. Yeah,
oh,
totally.
oh my god. I was like, I don't know about overlays or like any of that. I didn't know what channel points was. Like none of that stuff. So like I'm really starting to understand it now. And like I was telling one of my friends the other day, like I really enjoy it. So it's a good way to interact. Like you chilling, you get to be in your own space, like we were talking about earlier. It's your own little vibe. So the community's growing slowly and surely, and like everybody in there is real positive, which I like. So I definitely want to keep it going for sure.
I love that. You'll have to. I feel like you could come up with some fun like giveaway ideas and stuff like that
Oh,
too,
I'm
for
already
especially.
cooking them up. I already told
I
my
love that.
chat.
Wait, can you
I'm,
maybe
I'm
tease one of them? Something you're thinking
Oh
about?
yeah, yeah. I told my chat, hey, we're about to start having raffles for tickets to games. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
what? I love that, especially because they building their channel points up right now, streaming a lot. So so it'd be nice to meet people in person too, because that's the best thing. I've met people like online that you met in person. You like, man, like we used to just clap together on
yeah.
Fortnite or COD or whatever it was, and like you meet them, you like, man, you really dope in real life too.
Well, that's what I think, Jay, to that point. Like, it's a lot of people underrate that experience, right? You meet someone
Right,
online, like whether they're maybe a part of your Twitch community or you play together with them a lot, and then you finally get to meet them in person. Like, that's such an experience, right? And a lot of people
right,
are like,
right.
isn't that weird? It's like, no, it's an amazing
Ah,
experience to finally be like,
Nah,
you're
it
in
is.
3D. Hello.
right, right.
Like
Fact.
some of my like even when I started streaming, like some of the people that are just still in my community every day, I consider like literally family. So my community is called the Stub Fam. But there's like this girl named Gina who's been around my like for the last 5 years. I've been to her graduation and stuff like that. So like
Right.
there's people that have just impacted me the same way that I've impacted them, and then like
Mhm.
it's so cool that you're able to mesh those lives together and it still be a great thing. So like that's what's really good about Twitch.
Yeah, no, I
Fact,
think it's
fact.
like, yeah, you guys say it, it's a community. It's not just a community, it's family as well, right? And it's a special connection. Like, obviously for us, when we were on the desk last year, there was a certain level of connection you could put with your fans or when you're on the court, but it's a different level when you can be in your chat with them, right? And like talk to them
Right.
about their lives and your life and everything else.
Right. Fact. It's different. I mean, like I said, like when you're on the court, like people just get to kind of like see you and observe you from afar. But like Twitch is different. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
interaction is like, I mean, that's the next best thing to face to face. Like they get to ask anything that pop in their head. Like you get to really just talk and have a conversation with them that you don't really get as an athlete most of the time. So it's a new world that I like.
Awesome. Well, Shemi, we don't want to keep you for too long, but we want to say thank you so very much for coming onto the Loadout with us. You got to get in some games. You got to promise that you'll do at least one game of Warzone with Jay and I.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Nah,
you gotta play.
as long as you prepare for the hard carry, I'm with you. No question.
Oh, come on, I just told you I had 34, yo. I'm telling you, I'm ready, dog.
All right, folks. So once again, Boston Celtics, Shemi Ojeleye, thank you so much for coming on. We can't wait to see you get back on the court and play. And we will certainly see you in game as well. And reminder, folks, we will be back next Wednesday for your next episode of the Loadout, where we will do another CDL draft on Draft Buff for CDL Florida or CDL Seattle. CDL Florida, nice reminder, I did beat Jay, and I'm going to hold that above you for a little bit, because that is the only thing in COD I'll ever beat you in.
It's okay.
Oh, my God.
And on that note, folks, we will see you next Wednesday. Shemi, once again, thank you, and see you guys later.
Appreciate y'all.